Inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard, can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Tackle there by Nick Cross.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife it to the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Now they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go bootleg. Love. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Got a man, it's complete to Jelani Woods. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second and 1. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Love. Able to find his man, Woods. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. They've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Here's Taylor again. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Three tight ends up front here. Third and goal. Taylor.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
He's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand.
Hey, check that. Street.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Street. Cowboy 80.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 36 yards on the play. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The Dolphins now at 2-5 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Love. And he will find his man Samuel. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Taylor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning. So maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Woods. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Rodrigo Blankenship and the Colts field goal unit comes on. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go, Reed, go! Check Bobcat! 50 Bobcat!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Right through. Ready?
Play fake. Here's Love.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
And they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. On play action, they'll throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one complete to Hill. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll look to throw again.
He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are back within a score.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13 to 10. The kickoff as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing. Love.
He'll get this one complete there to Pittman.
Touchdown!
Michael Pittman.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Blankenship out for the point after.
And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Colts 34, Dolphins 10. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Lion.
Now back to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Following the interception, Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Play action this time with Love. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
But with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And going deep for Hill. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. 1st down, Love to pass.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Love. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel.
Touchdown, Colts! Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give.
He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Love, they go play action now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the...
He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st down again at their own 34-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12 to throw now. Here's Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 3rd down, Love.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this.
There he goes left side. He's at the 40, 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done
It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdote.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Dante Pettis, 26 yards.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Another catch there for Waddle.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
18 Ramblers. 70 Rangers.
Back to throw again.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he will not be able to get the 1st as he can get this only down to the 5.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Hold the check. Warriors, 17. 7 Pirates.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Ready?
It's complete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Colts, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Miami, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.